with somebody else, off with the jerk. With the shame on me, I really thought that it could work. Off with somebody else, off with the loser. Shame on me, I really thought we had a. Lately I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. Yeah, lately I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. Got up in the morning, took a shot, it's the rock. Girl, you left my stomach in a knot. Took my lighter and you burned the bridge. Thought you was a writer, no, you're just an idol. You got me feeling like Big Sean in this 5, 4, 3, 2. I deserve a minute, wait a minute. Gotta get up and over.
Yeah, and we're live. I just want to say manners and respect to everybody who tune into the Real Entertainment Network for having us here also. I just want to say, Real Takana, yeah, big ups to you guys also. And we're rolling, you know what I mean? Short and sweet, never delete, hook and repeat. Share the show, you know. It's a guy, you don't know me, alongside Alan Powell, and we are here to have a discussion, a conversation, and maybe create some humor for you guys. And it's all about the topics. So, Alan, to you.
Good night, everybody. I gonna start off get the seriousness out the way. Um, Actually, did not know this had happened until after, and shame on myself that's the case. But condolences to the Jones family. Stephen Jones died, and he's a man who I would see every morning, like he and his wife walking. Um, an example of like a good marriage, love, a respectable man, always there with me, psh, one of hit 100 for real. So condolences to the Jones family. Um, I I know that they're a very together family, so hopefully they're gonna be able to use that to get through this difficult time. So I'm gonna start off with that. But by a lot has happened over the last week. Like everything does just wait to happen until after the show. You know what I mean? They don't just wait until the show done and decide by okay, we're gonna get in some fresh material for next week. So that we start to pop off this thing. Um I got a short little message before we get into the topics too.
Mm-hmm.
Um you will hear from both political parties about how awful whoever typically whoever they're going against, but they're gonna tell you how awful everybody is. In life, what I have found is you ain't gonna find a perfect messenger. So find a message where you go get behind and try deal with the message. You're not gonna find a perfect messenger. As I was saying, the attacks are gonna be coming from both sides. You could determine how you want to deal with it from there, but that's my little 2 cents.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, enough. And
So
as
so so
we talk about and as we talk about
guy.
the the silly season, as the guys would call it, or whatever, like we already know what to expect, you know. So it's like nothing surprises us. The only thing that surprises us that names are being called. But at the end of it, nobody still ain't gonna get no jail, so we're not gonna worry. Nobody getting no jail. It look like the tactic is always at the at the end of the end game, or somebody getting a jail. Well, nobody goes to jail.
Well, when you say name being called, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about like, okay, there's like certain rumors be circling around and all those type of stuff there, and names being called
Oh,
boldly.
oh,
No,
oh.
yeah,
Oh, I feel you. Because watch out, even my father collect a stretch shot the other day when Lataya mother was giving her speech. Boy, yeah, Carl collect and stretch. Ask him, what you do for young people? And I got a small defense, but good night, Loretta.
well, you could do whatever, you know, because if you want to defend your father for if you know he did
Well,
something or
listen,
not.
listen is just a little, but it's a small defense. This is a small defense.
Yeah, because
I don't know what Carl will do for young people on a whole. Can't testify to that. For
because
young people,
some people
for young people. Wait there, hold on. For young people who wanted to play cricket, Carl will probably do a lot. This man has told me about Stuart Williams down at Anguilla in the 80s. You understand? Um, he does coach the one of the primary school them, not charge, just coach. Carl probably do things for young people. This straight, I just saying that straight. You been too loose. If you been one guy in another arena, I would have been like, let me hear you. But that straight was a wrong straight. That wasn't like a
you see what happened.
what part of name after the Migos were there the other day. You see how he get that
Take
straight?
off.
Yeah, yeah, it was a wrong straight. That's my small defense
You,
of Carlisle.
you see what happened is like by Alan give me $50 and I brooks by and I got it by Carl, but Alan don't do nothing on nobody. Me have Alan no $50 and he can't give me. You get what I'm saying, right?
I feel,
And
um what you're saying basically is a lot of people look at it as if you're helping me, it has to be a financial gain in terms of the help. Then they're not necessarily looking at like you volunteering the services where you're really doing for young people.
hmm
I'm telling you, in my estimation, by I ain't gonna go wide and say all young people. But if you're dealing with sports in particular, Carlisle, he do couple things. That's my small defense of Mr. Paul. Feel like that was an unfair strike. And we're gonna have more interesting things to talk about in other that wasn't the interesting part of Lataya's mother's Facebook Live. Let me put it so.
so you're trying to
What
say
you
we
wanna
have
say?
a clip it or something, or we just gonna say it word for word?
Well, I don't know if a clip has been sent. Um, watch out. And before we even talk about the Lataya mother thing, right? Um, people understand something, right? Don't tell her you over on the Real Talk Corner. It's professional. That's CNN. You understand? Breaking news. The bell ring tonight. Ain't kind of thing there. Over here is up on TMZ. You better be in control of your people then. You understand? And plus, even in America, this would be news. You understand? So whoever you want to talk about it, let them don't talk about it. We're gonna find a respectful way to have a discussion about this thing tonight. That's just a line before we reach there. But go ahead. What I was saying, if we have a clip, I
So,
don't know if a clip is there, you know.
well,
If we
will you
actually be
watch it?
describing
Did you
this
watch
thing.
it?
Oh, definitely.
What is your opinion about it?
Um. Okay. First of all, I ain't saying nothing. Okay. When we are looking at this clip, as I told you, Carlisle Powell's name was called clearly. He had other people's name called clearly. If anybody here has not seen the clip, I don't know what rock you have been under, but she essentially was defending her daughter and saying, for people who are saying that her daughter has been with a married man, ain't nothing wrong with that. Billions upon billions of married men. And let me let you know, the world only got 8 billion people. So that means basically all the married men them in the world, cause all the men them not married neither. So all of the married men them basically cheating. That was the argument. And no sin is greater than the other. So what am I supposed to do with that? In addition, and this was the awful part, volume. This you go hear me?
Yeah, but
Everybody else go.
you were loud and you went low. I don't know if it got something to do with me asking what's your opinion and your
No,
volume,
no,
your deep
no,
voice, you said
no,
turn and
no,
down.
no.
So,
You ain't gonna catch me with that. But anyway, um, after that, and this is the awful part, in my estimation, it would have been she would have said, but look at what has come out of it. Deputy Speaker of the House, this, and then she would have gone on to say, basically climbing the ladder. Um, as I say, the okay. First of all, let me start off and yeah, up. Anyway, so as me say, first of all, she she's a mother. She's a concerned mother. Let me add to. She was clearly responding to a clip that I saw of the Honorable Cleon Stapleton Simmons, which I'm gonna be paraphrasing here, but it said, um, "We come to build homes, not break up homes." And she made that statement several times. Ladies, listen, I went through the whole life, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, I spent the hour and a half to listen. So it seemed like that sparked it off. Now, Jason, my initial reaction, the first thing I can tell is, if I had heard what Cleon had said, and the mother had not said anything, how would I know anything? So that's my first opinion. That's the first thing. Cleon just made a statement, and it's a statement in which could be taken any number of ways. That was one of the ways you could take it. But it could have been taken any number of ways. Nobody say that life they had to happen. So my first opinion is, if that life didn't happen, nobody would have known. It's the first opinion. You have an opinion on that? I want me go all the way. Check my WhatsApp. Go ahead. You say your opinion. I've been told to check my messages.
Hey, certain things are like when it come to that video there, I feel like that they need retracting totally. Like I feel like I feel like knowing the fact that she had gone into politics, you know what I mean? Like emotions going on high when certain things are being said, you know what I mean? But she just need to control she emotions from time to time. If you're gonna live, do your regular thing for your life, you know what I mean? Not get caught up because everybody know how politics is.
Is it under? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
No. It's an understandable thing. I feel. I personally feel like if I was going politics, you got certain people where go tell you, oh, listen, listen, because somewhat is gonna be coming my way. You remember me and you? We always been on the show, and we was like, yo, what gonna be coming your way? You got to
Yeah, of
kind of
course.
you gotta prepare yourself, and you gonna got to prepare certain people also around you.
Of
Understanding,
course.
as you say, some people emotional, and
I
it
feel like
kind of is new to them.
I feel like the mother and the daughter should have a conversation and say, hey, I know you support me at 150%, 200%, 1,000%, but you only could give me one X. So just relax. Just do the right thing and support me. That's it. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to all these other stuff, yeah, you know what I mean? We already have a narrative, because like that is damage that cannot be controlled anymore. That they don't go out the gate. Because if it was somebody in under Mark's order, you know what I mean? That would have been retracted long time. Cause one thing, the premier good with damage control.
Next question I want to ask you is right. We got a situation now. How much of your personal life is supposed to count into? How am I supposed to factor in your personal life when I'm going to vote for you? Is it something I should factor in?
Well, yeah, come down to the morals of the person too, right? Because remember we have a conscience too. You understand me? So we're gonna look at this person and feel like the person gonna do better for us when they ain't do better at all for themselves in certain situations. So it's like, but wait, may do better than she in my life. You understand me? And she did this and she did that. So like, like how we were supposed to look up to she. So some people would look to it at that way. You know what I mean? Certain characteristics and all that type of stuff, the attitude and all that stuff there.
Well, the bad part, really and truly, the real awful part of what the mother had said, and the part is like, if we choose to focus on the result in life, then we really living by any means necessary. When Malcolm X bring about the philosophy of by any means necessary, that was in self-defense. Malcolm X wasn't telling people like go out and be a drug dealer and do these bad things, who get you in a life. Malcolm X lay, if you got to defend your life, the life of your brother, any means necessary. It wasn't a general life philosophy. So when we're gonna look at the situation and we're gonna say, well, you do this thing, but look, I get you in a life. I feel like that is really, really where the real morality and the conflict are gonna come in, because it's like you're telling me, well, bye. As long as you get you, do what you got to do.
So he also shows, right? He also shows that he kind of open a can of worms showing like, so if that mean I was right if this person wasn't qualified for this position. So that mean she did any means necessary, him did any means necessary to get that particular job. So whatever is a rumor, you know what I mean? She kind of make it more solid for me. That's my point of view. You get me? So all the thing, if you were hearing, oh, this person had to do this to get that job, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be this particular person of the data or whatever, you know what I mean? But we end up start to look back on certain other people now. We got position now, and we know for sure they ain't deserve it now. So we end up start to look now. So, well, who this person will mingling with now to get this position?
As you say, is it kind of discredit the work of women in essence, because it's
Hmm.
not, you're saying you're there by your merits. Is there, you're saying by, you know,
You're there because
you,
of your pleasure.
so I'm saying, so it is a rough situation. I could understand as a mother wanting to jump in and defend your daughter and all these type of things, but and listen, here's the bigger thing for me too. Eh? I don't understand why he's still up. That's the bigger thing I can't understand.
So I
Why
love
why
me, I
why
think
is it
about
there?
it, right? Me, I think about it, right? You know what I mean? So, like, what advice what advice, if you in the situation there, what advice you go give the kids them? You can't tell them work hard for they want if you don't work hard for they want.
This is what I'm saying. There
You know what I mean?
is a problem.
So imagine in the back of my mind, yeah, Sammy, imagine I am that particular child and me like, we done hear something or whatever, you know, and maybe your girlfriend or whatever come to me, you know, your wife or whatever come to me and tell me whatever, you know what I mean? I mean know how you get your job. I'm like back of my head, yo, you give away the pussy and you get the job. You suck a dick and you get the job. You know what I mean? So what you really telling me? You know what I mean? You just put in a front at that, but you're telling us that indirectly. Well, you're telling us then winky eye, you know? Because it look like in this aspect your education don't even matter now.
Tanya said she finally took it down. Finally. Because let me tell you something. Saturday morning, me there and I said, man, I ain't got nothing to do. Let me take some time out and just listen to live. So even then, that was like, I didn't understand, because then you see what happened with these things too. Eh? When you're dealing with like a party now, I would have thought somebody from the party would have at least reach out and extinguish this fire. You understand? Because this thing is more than, we're trying to deal with Nevis. So you can't get this thing like lingering like as well. But you got anything else on that?
Um apart like okay, that happened at least how am I say it? At least we heard what we heard and we could come to our assumptions and formulate what we want to formulate. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I think NRP shouldn't focus on that and focus on just the other stuff them. Because if you don't know that's a problem, see the mother don't do the job for you. Basically, the mother did the job for you. Everybody don't see that. Navy small, everybody get to see that. So like just focus on something else because you don't know that they're for sure. You know? Because that they don't screen record everything. Yeah.
The only thing I want to know after the only thing I want to know which was left vague is who is the married man. I'm gonna leave that there. That's all I have.
But let me ask somebody in the comments if they know who the married man be. Anybody in the comments know who the married man
Hey,
be?
hey, my brother, we could move on, sir.
Yes, of course.
Um, um, um. While we're dealing with moralities, let me deal with the letter now.
The letter.
You, yeah, the letter from the Evangelical Association.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read it. I ain't gonna read all. I'm gonna read
Yeah,
like the
but you
relevant
put it
part.
in your own words, I guess.
It has come to the attention of it has come to the attention of the Navy's Evangelical Association that plans are afoot for the Navy's NIA elections to be in December of this year. While we do not know if this is true, we as member churches of this association stand unanimously resolute that elections should not be held during the season of Advent. This is from November the 27th to December the 24th. We are advised that the Nevis Christian Council has communicated with you about this in writing and also met with you concerning the same matter. We therefore urge you to respect the sacred nature of the Christmas season and desist from having elections at this time. We note that 5 years ago, elections were called in a similar manner, and the Christian community was very disappointed. Shortly thereafter, ministers of religion expressed their disappointment with this decision in a meeting with you, and you accepted culpability. Therefore, to understand that this may happen again after several meetings and conversations and communications is a matter of grave concern for us as an association. Please note that if elections are called in December, we do not intend to sit idly by. We trust that you will give due attention and consideration to this letter, and that we will not be thrusted into a naturally divisive political period during Advent. And then it's signed by Ron Daniel and Cecily Brown.
Hmm.
Um, what is your opinion on what Alan the mother called the name? Heck, is the two names she called, but got to be listen good. No, Tanya. Me not hear no two name. Me not hear no name. Me ain't hear no name. This is a puzzle, as I see. But Jason, what is your opinion upon the letter, the evangelicals and the Christian council saying they don't want no Christmas election?
I feel like I feel like for the longest while he was using the Christian Council. They were using the Christian Council as a tool. You know what I mean? I feel like the Christian Council want back a favor as well too. So
Um,
that's what me feel in that capacity there right now.
okay. Um, the reason, because I would have done said that election is gonna be in what I say? I say election gonna be in February. Okay.
Hmm.
My opinion for why the election was gonna be in February was because of Jesus number one, followed by Carnival number two, and then I saw a runway whereby we could have election in January, February. I say February the latest, really and truly. I should keep before sports. Sports bigger than all of them to me. But anyway, it's a different conversation. Um, with regards to the Christian council, you know, me not really feel. I feel like they have a lot of power. I would like more persons to realize how the Christian council use their congregation as leverage in order to gain power. The Christian Council and the Evangelical Association also met with the police to discuss the Dog Act and to advise upon things that they would like to see in there. And they also met with somebody else about something else. So I just want I to see what power look like. You wanna go organize? If all are you, if 50 are you, say yeah, I doing what he do with regards to that. And I could get some transparency between the group. You could get some things done. So, um, the Christian Council coming in here trying to do this. It was my opinion that I don't want to go through this again. It's very difficult to get that kind of period there, and then you're up and down between all kind of people again. Because you know what I mean. Some people gonna be happy and some not gonna be too happy. It's just a strange dynamic to get at this time. This is holiday season. Holiday season is coming together. So
And like you don't already got had a election during basically close culture within
mhm.
culture basically, and like you know and like you want to do the same thing because nobody met none is really the first time. Okay.
um you already seeing though I don't know if you've realized this. There is the undercurrent of persons who are undermining the church. Very entertaining. So you're an argument, for example, of well, if carnival activities are not gonna be held during the Advent, for example, carnival activities will keep down a sink it, man. Have you deal with Nevis? We could keep Nevis in a certain way. We got our ability there. Nevis is Nevis.
Mm-hmm.
But we ain't concerned. You understand? It, it is a convenient argument to bring in the fact that Sinkits is doing something when this is not a Sinkits and Nevis situation. If Sinkits want to be pagan, let them be pagan. And watch out, when you really check it out, that what them man are saying, kind of, Sinkits are the pagan then. Are you ain't got a problem? We suffer in Nevis, and it is a sad thing when you see it in an adult. Because really and truly, when you're at primary school or something, and you want to do something, or you do something, and somebody I get stopped from do something, and they say, "Well, look, Jason, do it." You see what I mean? I say,
Mm-hmm.
"What about Jason? How come all our can be the same?" So Nevis suffer from that thing there, and it's unfortunate that we don't left them kind of talk there in primary school or high school. You understand? Whereas he come out in a big man. So you find big man and say, well, what about them there? When it come to these kind of things, conveniently. So yeah, the church gonna try that thing. Listen, it is the church's position. You understand? They are invested in the season. Um, on a very skeptical level, right? You will understand
Mm-hmm.
too. If election keep during Christmas time, you gonna hurt the church. Attendance is gonna be down. The collection plate them is gonna be light. You can't do that Christmas time. You understand? The man can't come in with this at this time. But you saw the premier's response to the church.
No, I didn't see the premier's respond, but I heard the clip about it. I heard certain things
Oh, you
about the
heard?
clip. I was like, yeah,
It was about 4 minutes. If you listen to 4 minutes, that was the response, you know?
like me
Well,
listen the first 2 minutes, and I was like, me and the next fellow were listening it, and I was like, yo, this guy gotta be killing me, man. You know what I mean? Like some of the time you use the Christian Council for a lot of specific things, and like no, because you wanna have your way of doing certain things. No, you know what I mean? He basically see it as a threat because he heard the word that they will not idle.
the premier is a, a master when it comes to English, and the premier is also a chameleon. You understand? When it comes to, because you see, that's how come I just ask a certain question. And you keep on hearing me saying, like, is it right to do this? Or is it that a law? Let me give you an example. When we were dealing with the fair share thing, the argument of a lot of divisions was put this into law so that we don't have to worry about anything. If another government get in singlets or in navies, we covered. The premier argument was, but we had a discussion, and the right thing to do would be to live up to what we decided we're gonna do. So we don't need no law. You understand? Just do the right thing. Here we have the Christian Council coming to the premier. We know the Christians, we know that this is their time, and they're asking the premier, please do the right thing. Understanding that 5 years ago, you did something that we feel like was the wrong thing, and you took responsibility and said, indeed, that was the wrong thing. Please do the right thing this time. And you hear the premier response, but the last I could do it. Will you tell me the law says that the premier of this country has the right to call an election at whenever he feel like at
And
his
and
discretion.
and he mentioned, well, if I can't do it now, I must when I do it next year, well, look, Easter come
Jason, this man had me looking up all the Christian holidays. The premier said
every
correctly,
day home.
because I gonna tell you when he correct and when he incorrect. Started off correctly, and he said that the Advent season is from the 27th to the 24th, bringing Christmas. Then I'm not, no, he not bringing Carnival. Then he went and he said, you ever hear about the Feast of Epiphany or Epiphany? He said, an Epiphany is from January to February. So me never hear about Epiphany. Nobody in my life never tell me, and you don't know, we living in a Christian society, and we living in a Protestant Christian society. No, really, me not saying in a Roman Catholic, but I'm saying majority Methodists and things we buck off a Roman Catholic we dealing with. When you're talking about even Epiphany, I ain't gonna look up this thing. Jason is a one day thing. He said it goes into February, so that part they incorrect. Epiphany is January the 6th, that's one single day. As me say outside of that January clear. Until we and everything clear. As far as Jesus is concerned, from about the 3rd of January to about the 21st of February. And anything after that, that's Jesus time. But in a
Watch,
nothing go from January to no February. We not celebrate the Epiphany.
watch. The premier knows during the Christmas period, the flight prices skyrocket. You understand me? Like $2,000, $3,000 for, and guess what?
No.
Only CCM could afford it.
CCM boys. CCM boy? That means CCM is doing well.
You get what I'm saying now? CCM, CCM, I like higher boy. I do it the time when the flight expensive.
So I feel like pan a morality basis, he failed. And this is what I'm saying. If if and it come back down to what we were saying before. The premier watch the result and say with the fair share and say it ain't the law, but this is what we agree to. Do the right thing. People come back now in the same year when he make the most nice about doing the right thing. In the same year, 6 months later, Mr. Premier, please do the right thing. But the last I could do what I want. And it's the same thing he make nice with Tim for, because he now saying, well, this is the right thing to do. He went down to the Governor General to tell the Governor General the right thing to do would be to remove Tim. That ain't what the law say. The Premier know what the law say. when it come to he and winning out the game. And that's the problem. He
I
got
hope.
to he got to be more clear. Sometimes he got to do the right thing when he asking people to do the right thing. Greetings,
Do as I say,
Alicia.
not as I do.
I see you got big action coming up December. You look good.
This was.
All of them are. If you live with Jesus, all of those are important. All of it. Well, not carnival. Don't bring in carnival in a Roman Catholic.
No. You got to bring in mass. You got to say mass.
Um. Yeah. What else we got, man? What else we got? What else we got? What else we got?
Um, you got the. I saw a picture of the Barcelona went in the wonderful hot bath today. With one of the ambassadors. You know,
Listen.
that pic
Listen. Okay.
that pic was a
Okay.
wonderful pic.
Let me bring up an NRP topic. Since you just want an RCCM topic, is it strange? Is it strange, in your opinion, CCM has gone to the Virgin Islands and the British Virgin Islands? They're gone to New York. They say they come in Canada. Um, they're doing all of these things. NRP ain't had a meeting yet. Do you find it strange that JD is not doing like host to host as in walking, but we see in videos actually driving in a vehicle? Does any of this seem strange to you, sir?
I saw it, but I didn't question it. Because like, oh, I'm not. Well, Miss Matthews would know. You know what I mean? Would correct me and correct us by for sure and let us know what's up. You know. But as you bring it up, you know what I mean? It's like, no, you're putting me in a position now. I wonder why we
I'm
have.
putting it in your head. I'm putting it in your head. I want you to really think about this thing. You know Nevis people driving around in a constituency, the candidate. Is it strange? In a random meeting? All I see, I could go on the Facebook page, me not see no meeting schedule. Town house.
Town
Is it
house.
strange? Are we witnessing a new way to keep election? Because let me tell you something. CCM come with a new way to keep election 2013. CCM this say I mean I put up no pile of poster and all them things. I mean no. Done with that. Uh, uh, we seeing some kind of new thing. NRP just going along. Cause
I
CCM
feel it.
more like I say CCM more like I say the bell are ring tonight.
See?
It
See?
has been done before. What has been done before? And many things have been done before. So Tanya, tell me what has been done before. She's even left their notes on their door if she missed them, which is innovative. Okay, okay. Listen, I'm, I'm not. You would never find me come and say I know everything. Eh? I know a couple things. I'm just saying. Recently, I've seen her driving through the constituencies rather than like when I see CCM, I see CCM walking through the constituency. Maybe it's just a small discrepancy, but I know Nevis people too. I know them. And their vibes is face to face and down to earth and all these type of things. Can't sweat. It's tough. It's tough. It's all me I say. I
I
don't
don't
see
really
any
know.
happy move. I don't see any of it moving like an election is coming. I was listening. You know I'm to Janice too. I was listening to Janice, right? Um, Janice need to be able to like shift couple gears. You understand? I hear Zook tonight. Zook was in like fourth gear and he needed to be in second gear. He need to shift down. You check? But Janice, sometimes when you're delivering something, you go put on a little pepper pan that one day. Not all of them, but pan that one day, you got to be able to put on a little thing. Janice is very like monotone and being like cool and so. And you could cool like a son, but you got to learn like do a pilot thing. Me no know. You understand what I'm trying to say, Jason?
Mm-hmm.
You know when you're hearing somebody and they're talking and they this and that, and they fire in the shot. You can't fire your shot in the same tone. You got to be a little more powerful. But this election here, we're coming up, right? Tense. This is the first time I see like the two party afraid one another. I hear Zook talking tonight. Zook was talking. Zook got me. Zook then Zook showing me things again. And Zook saying, man, we spend this amount of money to get a land over by Wally. We spent this amount of money to put on the pier. We're gonna buy another 9 acres of land with another $2 million. You understand? And then when I hear Zook after that, Zook just cuss. Uh, I am hoping to get your support in the next NIA election. It's possible. Might be. Listen, keep a meeting, JD. Keep a meeting. You understand? Spencer, Spencer up at Hamilton right now, no? Spencer
I
up
sure you go.
Hamilton,
I sure you go. Hear
boy,
Spencer echo off the hill.
definitely. And respect to Spencer too, due to the fact that they were supposed to get a meeting last week Thursday, and then I rally back and come back this week Tuesday. So respect to Mr. Brand. You know, I lie you. Respect, cause y'all have put y'all hat in the ring, and ain't everybody in there. Ain't everybody could reach up there. And I need some football, as we like to say. Everyone has great plans, but it's like the calm and labor. I'm saying because like you got to be able to keep people off of you in anything where you be able. I watch fighting every Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, and I believe I saw you at the town hall. Yeah, no, 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 no. Listen, me not talk about no meeting down in a credit union. No. I ain't talking about the meeting down in credit union that is not being broadcast live. I'm talking about public meeting outside. You feel me?
But they had
Like
something on a
you.
Friday afternoon.
What the match?
Yeah, I saw something in the square or something like that.
Listen, me not talk about the match neither.
Okay.
Zook said if more than 50 people been in the match, he would not run in the election. But he said the match
You
only
know
had
what?
him 20. He would not run in the election. But he said somebody text you and tell you only 21 people been a match, so he run it. Like yeah, like okay. Let me talk about this. Mr. Grantley, no respect for the ladies and how he was dealing with Pat. Understanding, I keep on telling him, Mr. Grantley, you say you got that all them coming in politics, man. Go easy with the ladies. Okay? Mr. Brantley said, and I'm paraphrasing, well, Pat does come up with some erratic arguments, and it might be the case because she's a veterinarian, and maybe she don't deal with animals so much she only know to talk to animals. The person who you going against, university educated, I think, and this is what he dealing with. And and here the vibes, right? Here what I wanna tell you, Mr. Bentley wrong, he damn wrong, he disrespectful in his ass. But even how he says up kind of funny, Jason. So even when you're watching it, but you know how come man up and laugh, Jason? Can me give up? You know how me come on and me be like, yo, Mr. Brantley, yo, you're all the better. You know what I mean? You got to be at a higher level. Nope. Mr. Brantley, you're successful and you don't say whatever you feel like. Maybe it is I need to learn from it. Yo. Cause you don't just say what you feel like. Me don't say what I feel like, but me mostly they tell man and me don't mostly tell them when me vex. Yo. Highly educated woman, she talk to animal. Okay. And walk out well, he gonna win. All right. If that's what we're doing, if that's what we're doing, and once again, this is the man who gonna tell you why we doing personal attacks. Why? But Ghanina, when I was asking you like how much we should factor in personal life, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see how, for example, when Lataya telling us about herself, she telling us what she do in she personal life. You know? When, for example, she buy pizza for the defense force, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but she posts it up on Facebook to make it public for us to come in she personal life, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it was some private shit, you just keep it like us. She mother, but she mother will open up a can of worms because she mother make some. Even if it was private, she mother make it public. Sorry,
I'm coming. I'm coming.
sorry. But even if it was private, she mother went and made that thing public. And so now we just gotta deal with the repercussions of this. Lindsay said march around to raise she ugly head in politics and what happened to the for the whole week. I'm just saying I always felt like it was gonna be interesting to see how male politicians deal with when they're going against a female counterpart. I feel like the best way to deal with the situation is just to speak about, particularly when you're an incumbent, is talk about what you don't do. You don't have to speak about the other party, particularly as I say, if you are the incumbent. I hear Zook say something tonight, and he was like, and I don't care again. I don't care about the person who's going against Brand. And I understand what you're saying, but ain't even needed to be said. It was like when Lataya mother went live. You don't have to say nothing about you know care about the person because like yo, we saying these things and then he could come back and say, well, this is how I mean it and so. But what I'm saying is ain't even needed to be said. When you got to understand to it, certain things we don't really watch the impact of them, right?
Of
Zook is a
course.
man from St. James telling somebody from tongue. He not care about them. St. James and tongue sometimes not attention. You understand what I mean? And when we normalize leaders, big people, because then ain't even necessarily like people who got sense are gonna be affected by this. He gonna be now somebody who they are primary school. And he's like, I mean I care about them then. Bruh, I are the one them who got okay. As me say, I go care about everybody. That's why I dealing with him. I go care about everybody, even who you're going against. That's why politics tough. It's tough. Everybody under you at that point in time. It wasn't needed to be said, but he made it a point, and
So
people let it.
you realize, Alan, you realize in the midst of all this, right? Here's a quiet boy.
Well, by the other day, cause I done say, Mickey is gonna be the junior minister. I see him post up a picture today. Look like he fitted into just a layer now. I look comfortable in an office. I look ministerial. The only thing I would tell him, you can't got more American flag than Singis and Nevis flag in your thing. You take those American flags and you carry those home. You're working for Nevis. Okay? But outside of that, yeah, do your thing. So maybe Hazel will be replaced because Chai is still very active. No, we're talking about junior minister, you know, Tanya. We want to know who the junior ministers are going to be. I'll be the plan of the government, them. So we can be watching NRP to see who the junior ministers then going to be. If they get through, go watch the flex. No monitor the flex. We don't deal with forecasting. So yeah. Um, what else we got?
Um, I want to mention about I heard earlier in a meet in the meeting, the CCM meeting, where they have. Oh, they said the rain. They said nothing happening, but look on the road by the Methodist Church. They said nothing happening. Look over back, and and I ain't want to talk about that, but I want to talk about the shots what they posted. Yeah, remember they posted some shots, not the shots on the cup, but you know what I mean. The shots meaning some accomplishments they said they did. So I was made aware last time I checked that the Mundo track was in the first phase. Now the Mundo track is completed. I ain't know if rain, lightning, and thunder went out there and finished the work, and we didn't know. But I was made aware, and I see certain info certain how to say landmarks or business, you know what I mean, being added will belong to private investors or whatever. And they're also under the shots of CCM. I don't know if they're taking the credit because them approve it because everything has to pass through planning and all those type of stuff. But hey, and stuff were done are donated also by Taiwan, you know, and yeah, and some stuff are done federally also, you know, and as you talk about your good friend Mikhail, the guy who backed me on social media, I saw him posted a video of the new gas pump at Public Works after 40 years.
I was looking for the picture to send her.
Mm-hmm. Give me charger.
Uh, Bye. Well, I have answered something about them pictures, them same pictures there. Um, and it is, as I say, is some of the same questions we have been asking for a while. So we're looking at the CT scan. I'm definitely gonna get the CCM government credit for that. Don't have no problem there. We're looking at the outside of the hospital. It's a tough look. Just because like you got to put a scaffold and we understand what that part of be, but I'm gonna give them credit for the hospital. I'm gonna give them credit for doing it. I if I'm gonna give them credit for doing the hospital, I think that it's fair that they accept that it was well over overdue as far as whatever time they said they were going to do it. I think that is fair that they're gonna have to accept that by a number of years. That's fair. The one that more puzzle me though is Four Seasons has been renovated under CCM in the last 5 years. Think we would have been after the hurricane. I don't know how you could attribute that to the government directly. Next week, and we have what he call this Belmont shopping and duty free. No mention of the museum. You understand the subtle shot there. And we have the restaurant. The restaurant is part of the same Belmont residences and duty free shopping. So that just seemed like replication to me. I don't understand why I got to do that. All of them are the same facilities. So it don't make no sense try to separate them and make it look like it's more than what is there. And as I said, if the reason why I hesitate to give the government credit for the development is if Nevis is in such a wonderful position to have these developments going on and to benefit from citizenship by investment by having a lot more construction and all these type of things. Why, for example, has the development for Mr. Brand not gone anywhere? It's not like really and truly when you're seeing development in Nevis, that kind of thing there, go talk to Dion, basically. You understand what I'm saying? So it is not like the environment is producing all of these things. We are there. So I, I don't know how the government supposed to be taking credit for the fact that Four Seasons decided they're going to renovate. Me don't know how. If they're unwilling to come out and say, well, listen, this thing would have never happened without CCM being in place, I gonna give CCM all of the credit at that point in time. But we just recently had a federal election where Dion was against them. I don't feel like they are necessarily the reason why he gets through with his development. So I'm gonna see how they get the credit for that.
Um, for me, if I didn't know any better, I would have I would have as an overseas voter, I would have looked why something really happening. Look at all of these stuff. It's selling them a dream. So if you're an overseas voter, you know what I mean? Yeah, you get captured. Yeah,
Uh,
you've been
and you
bought.
see, you see the thing about the tenure and the Mark Brantley in particular. I wouldn't say, and this is the beauty of Mr. Brantley too. You cannot outright say nothing is happening. Mr. Brantley is not gonna allow you to say that. When you look at the Mondo chart, incomplete, but he gonna tell you, I said children ain't gonna be running on no dot no more. You get something. When you look at over at the Wally Pier, incomplete, but he gonna tell you, I give you a pier. Tell you, I'm give you a pier there. No man, you're not gonna wear a park. No man, you're gonna wear sit down when rain come. Tell you, you're gonna get a pier, and a pier is
But
there.
the other day,
When you look at the hospital, they tell you this, and eventually you're gonna come. So it's not outright that nothing is happening, but if you're not seeing things through to completion, there is an issue. I think that's
but
it.
hear this too. But hear this too, Alan. He even had a picture. I think was a week before that with Randy Jeffers. I just want to big up Randy Jeffers also. Had some tourists coming over from the cruise ship from Saint Kitts. You know what I mean? He normally gets a contract from the cruise line, and they came over and look, this picture ends up something good is happening. Tourists flooding the island. If he
Um,
had said, you know, like, great job, Randy Jeffers, you know what I mean? I would have balanced it like, yo, okay, fair enough. But you
um,
take it for yourself.
do a little better than that with Randy. Randy is also, I don't know if you know, but he was
A
named to
member of the
the,
tourism board.
yeah. So yeah, give him a proper pick up. You understand? The
Yes, I want
tourism
to
director.
congratulate Randy Jeffers.
Yeah,
You're making an
yeah.
impact on the island of Nevis.
Well, listen,
Man, you
and
got,
ain't that
mhm.
he has been making an impact. The impact has now been recognized, but he has
Yes,
been making an impact for a long time.
yes, Randy. I got to give you that gratitude regardless. You know what I mean? If nobody else want to give you, I will give you that gratitude for sure, man. Because you know how me and you go from way back from sunshine days when we used to work. So, and you come a long way, and you see the dream, and you make it a reality. So, kudos to Randy Jeffers. He deserve it. He deserve a lot. Yeah, man. Respect.
Big up Sunshine too, boy. Sunshine still winning. We had St. Paul's football team down by him. Had them university girls down by him. Had another pile of woman down by Sunshine. Sunshine, you just continue living a happy life, man. And I still want, still would like the road heading down to Sunshine, from up by the Malcolm Gishard Park. That should be Sunshine Road. Need to be. But we're supposed to deal with something with the budget. Iris said he's ready. So, really plan to stick on it too long, but I don't mean tell I am supposed to tell her about the budget. Um, before me get into this thing here, right? Um, I'm not an accountant. I went down by Excel this afternoon and tried thing, and it has since been upgraded happily. Thank you, Siobhan. Miss Lewis. So it's supposed to look much better. Um, I got my information from the government website as well as CaribbeanElection.org, and all of them come from the budget. I see a discrepancy in certain places based on the statistical digest. I think that is all my preamble for now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so whenever you're ready with the budget, you will come in with. Oh yeah, and these numbers are supposed to be from 2000 and I think the first actual number I could get was 2003.
Wow.
2000, 2021 and 2022 are only estimates. All the other numbers supposed to be actual numbers based upon the budget, as I say. And you got
Where
certain
is
years we're missing. You got certain years we're missing. I don't know why they are missing, but if you don't see the year, it's because I could not find it. That is all. So we could go ahead.
and we rolling?
Oh, yeah, oh, look the colors them there. Really and truly, the year color is supposed to be explaining to you that's a CCM year, and the green color supposed to indicate to you that that was a NRP year. 2013 was kind of half half, so me put that there in a block, and yeah, more that thing on my face. Yeah.
Mm.
Um. And yeah, many hit that with run numbers quicker. Everybody could see. Also, if anybody need the document, especially if you like a regular listener, you could get it. The budget in 2003, the revenue was 65 million. We spent 73 million. That means we was down 7 million. Okay? And the numbers in red, anytime you see a number in red, that means down. Down or not. If you see a number in black, that's an up number. With regards to the capital S, oh yeah. Also, when it comes to the current estimates is basically like you debt to the money. Like your money where we receive from customs and inland revenue, you debt to the taxes and so what you're bringing in. This is your current revenue. Your capital estimates and your capital revenue and them thing there, them they are more long term things. So that's how come when you come down there you're gonna see loans and developmental aid and all them kind of things. Them they are more long term situations. So capital, oh yeah, and 2003 is a CCM year. So ain't had no cash in hand, was down 7.7 million. On the capital expenditure side, they brought in 43 million, they spent 63 million. They were down 19, call it 20. And for the year of 2003, CCM was down $27.7 million. And the budget, as I said, the revenue 65. Come up to the next year, the number gone up by 12 million, but we're spending 10 million more dollars. Overall, we're down by 5. When it comes to the capital expenditure, we was down 70, sorry, you could call it 12. So overall, we're down 17 for the year there. The next year, the budget, well, this was the first year NRP. The budget reaching to nearly 100 million, 98 million, spend 100 million. And so with regards to the surplus deficit, it was down to 2.3 million. Something I realized with NRP in the NRP years, this is just a little side note. NRP was like when you talk about zero budgetary support and aid and budgetary grants and developmental aid, it really wasn't happening. For real, for real. I don't know why, but NRP was like there was no support. But whatever they make is what they get. So the capital estimates 709,000. Capital expenditure 18 million. So NRP was down that year 20.2 million. 2007 is missing. 2008 is the first record I see of Navis making 100 million, at least in the capital revenue. Current revenue, sorry. And we spent 116, down 4. Capital estimates, we make 12 and we spend 22. So overall, we were down 14 million that year. That's the best year we see so far. 2009 is where problems started coming. 2009, the economy shrank by 22 million. It went down to 90 million. NRP still spent 117 million, so they were down 27 million on the current account. With regards to the capital expenditure, they were only with the capital account, they were only down 2 million on that. So overall, it ended up to be you could call that 30 million, 29.8. Yeah. Um, let me 2008? No, 2009. 2010. This was like, you see the number there, Jason? They make 93 and they spend 143. So they were down $49 million that year. Um, on the capital account, they made 10 and spent 23. So overall for the year, it's a NRP was down 63 million. Now I find a discrepancy in that year that, eh, in the statistical digest. Because the statistical digest, which was done by the CCM government, by the way, would tell you that they actually made $73 million on the capital account rather than the $10 million. If
Mm-hmm.
that would have been the case, NRP would have actually made money. If that number there is real, then NRP would have made money. But then what happens is when I'm looking in the statistical digest and they're saying the NRP make that amount of money there, when they add it up, it still wasn't coming to a figure where income to this year and income to the NRP making money. So there's a discrepancy. I don't know what happened. 2010 figures, somebody else who got more sense than me need to go look specifically at those figures. 2011, the budget gone back to 100 million, 100 and it was 120, 119.5, 119.6. Spent 136, so they were down 16. And the capital accounts they made 34.7, spent 38.2, so they were down 3.5. Overall, down 20 million. And if you check it out, you're not seeing a year when the government make money, okay? Regardless of who been poor, you ain't see a year yet when the government make money. I think you only got one. We don't come to that. 2012, make 116, spend 126, may down 9.6, and the capital accounts made 19, spent 17. So they were, that was actually they made money that year on the capital accounts. So they were 2012 was actually NRP best year as far as finances. There was only down 8. That was the best up to that point there. 2013, the budget reached 120 million, 121, spent 125, so down by 4. Make 8 in the capital, spend. Oh, this is. Hold on, I got to adjust something. Yeah, make 8 and spent 9, so we're down by 1.3. Oh, yeah, the only year when NRP really get like some budgetary kind of, well, they get some kind of grant, it would have been this same 2012. You see, they get 11 million, and I think that would have been the first year when like they joined up with Labour or something like that. So it was around that time that they started with Labour. Um,
Boys around the time the forces, well, around the time the forces are shut down too.
no, you tell me a 2010, 2009 and
Oh,
2010, to 8, 9, 10, them kind of time. Like. 2013, which as I said, that was a kind of giant year. Then just go down to the raw number. The government was down $5.5 million. Wow. Okay, okay. Um, yeah. Down in the box below as well, you could see the expenditure percentage of revenue. You could see the annual revenue growth of the island. You could see when it went up, when it went down. Um, and you could see also the percentage increase and decrease in expenditures for the relevant years. As I said, 2008 need looking into too. I put a section on the name discrepancy. There is some, smarter people who know what accounting. They need to look into this thing. I will go to the next set, 2014. Okay, 2014. This is a CCMA. Well, all the following years are CCMAs. So these are recent CCMAs. 2014 ain't had no cash, down 5.5 million. With regards to the capital accounts, they were also down a further 10, so they were down 16. 2015 is the only year I find with the budget under Mr. Vance Amory that Nevis officially, according to the books, made money. We would have made 133 million, 133.8 million. We would have spent 130.5 in the current account. And the capital side, we would have made 26 million, 26.6. We would have spent 25.9. And so on that year, Nevis' best year, we made $4 million. No, you don't see the amount of minus 30 and minus 20 this year. And the only year of it was a year when we make $4 million. 2006, 2016, sorry. And 2016, now you're gonna see this is the first year that Nevis get budgetary support. And the next thing I want to tell you about the budgetary support is every time Nevis put down an amount in the estimate about what they think the budgetary support gonna be, the actual number was always bigger. So, for example, 2016, they would have estimated they would have gotten either 15 or $11 million from Timothy Harris. And Timothy Harris, as you could see there, sent $24.1 million. So the if without the budgetary support in this year, we would have been facing a deficit of around about $11 million. But because we get the support now, we actually end up up by what? Up by 13. Yeah, up by 13. Supposed to be up by 13. Yeah, up by 13, I think. Even though it was up by 13 in cash, Jason, you did the best we ever do in in,
Mm-hmm.
in, in, in that category there. Um, we still in the capital side now. We only make 12, whereas we spend 36. So overall, we end up down by 10. Yeah, down by 10. It should be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, 2017 again, same thing happened. We would have been a deficit of $19 million, but Timothy sent up the $30 million, so we end up up by 9. So no, up by 10. 10.7. Um, with regards to the capital side now, and when it comes to the capital side, where when you hear them talking about capital projects and all that kind of thing, this is where we're dealing with like the capital side. Where the capital
Mm-hmm.
side we would have made 36.5 million, and we would have spent $63 million. We start to go
Mm-hmm.
in 2017. We started to go crazy with the capital spending. So it was never up to them figures there. It's $63 million now. So because of that now we end up down 26 million on the capital side. So overall we end up down $60 million. And this would have been the last year of Van Samuel. So these next years now, these are the Mark Brantley years. Um without without once again the budgetary support would have been down $22 million. But since no, we would have been down 21.6 million. Since there was budgetary support, however, we end up 15 million. We end up and make 24 off of the capital, but we spend 50. So overall we end up down by 10. If if there was no budgetary support, we would have been down by 47.
Mm.
Um Oh yeah, and for the previous years, if there was no budgetary support in 2016, we would have been down 34. It would have been 34, 46, and 47. The country would have been on fire if we did not have any budgetary support. But that ended up to be 10, 16, and 10. 2019, we end up making 138 million again. We spend 159. But the budgetary support coming in again. So we would have been down 21 million, we end up 17. And as I tell you, because the year that we would have budget that we're gonna get 30 million. And we end up as you see get 39 million. It was always a circumstance where we coming out with more. And we coming out the budgetary support allow the NIA to have cash in hand
But
during that time.
Alan, stick a pin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just for
Go ahead.
2015,
Mm-hmm.
right? You said 2015 was the only time they balance,
The only time. That how come when you watch to do
and they didn't have no support.
no support, no support,
Wow.
0%.
And advance.
Yeah, Vans get it though.
Okay.
Vans get it all.
And we rolling.
Um, 2020 and 2020 is when things start to really get rough. But let me tell you something. Premier did an amazing job in 2020. Still at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and due in large part to Timothy Harris. In 2020, the economy shrank by 14%. We gone from 138 million to 118. However, we end up getting 54 million from the federal government, the most we ever get. Um, where we would have been down 23 without the federal government, we end up to be up by 30. In the capital side, we spend 14, and so because we got cash in hand, we end up spending 46. So
Right.
we end up down 32 panda side there. And so overall you see we down 2 million, 2.2. As I say, we don't we if we didn't get the budgetary support that year there, 34, 46, 47. Oh my, wait there. 2019 would have been 65 million.
Hmm.
Wait there, man, I think maybe 2019 we was down 26. That's the worst year of the Premier so far. That was awful.
2019,
Yeah,
but that
we
was
would
before
have been.
COVID.
I know. If boy, COVID might have saved Nevis. If COVID had been come, it might have been worse. So we would have been down 65. We only end up damaged to get 26 in that year. As I said, with regards to 2021 and 2022, those are based upon estimates. They do not have. They don't have the. How it does go is like the budget for this year would contain the actual 2021 budget numbers, because I think that what happened is the auditors go through and they would finalize the numbers essentially. So for 2021 and 2022, these would just be based on the budget, and I use the estimates from the 2022 budget for the 2021 numbers because I feel like that was gonna be more accurate still. You still had a little more time. So in 2021, and as I'm telling you, I'm just getting to the right number. In 2021, the premier projected that the Iron of Nevis would lose $31.8 million. If we did not get any budgetary support in 2021, it would be the worst year in the history of the island. And it would have been down 76 million without any budgetary support. Um, it's possible that we even, as I said, because every time I see an estimate, the actual figure that we get is more, so is very likely that we get more than the 45. I actually think that would have been a year when we get 60 something. I think we get 60 something that year. But I don't know what the final number will be. But that, just based on his projection, he already got it down as like 31 million. And his projection for this year is that we are going to lose at least 36 million. And if we don't get a budgetary support, if Dr. Joe is not as good as Timothy Harris, the number could be significantly bigger than that. And one of the things to note about the budget as well is how truly dependent we have become on the budgetary support. I do not see. Okay, let me put it in a different manner. The Premier has not demonstrated to us that he can operate without budgetary support. And if you consider how much the budgetary support has stopped us from hemorrhaging money, then it is critical that the Premier come with some kind of plan. As I said, we need. I want to see in the revenue that we're making 150 million. We go reach 150, so we will reach 200. We
But
need plans to
that's
see.
supposed but
We
that's
need
supposed to
plans
happen
to
with the
see how.
MSR media.
Yeah, but I need to see how we gonna happen. The revenue reach up there, without the budgetary support. Just need this find ways to make more money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and yeah, I hope I'm not bored too much with the thing. It take me hours now to
Well,
do it. Oh my god. I was playing Excel, me had to remember all kind of story. Alright, Giselle. I'll get it to you. Or I will get it to you, but it will get to you. I'm here. So these are basically the numbers. And really and truly, how come I wanted to show you the numbers too? And that's how come I start off and I tell you, you ain't gonna find no perfect messenger. So find a message where you could get behind and deal with the message. Get behind the message. You ain't gonna find a perfect messenger. You're gonna hear people tell you, well, and I ain't happy, the thing gonna burn down. Bruh, that never happen. And they're gonna tell you, and that's it. No, no. And the
Come,
both of them, basically, this thing is burning down. Only Van Hammer managed to balance the books. And I'm telling you, Mr. Brantley has not shown us that he could operate yet without budgetary support. And even when he has been operating with the budgetary support and historical budgetary support, like Mavis never get, he's still operating at a loss. So I feel like that's one of his major flaws at this particular moment in time.
hmm.
Jason, go ahead. Maybe I'm more to nearly half an hour. Go ahead, take some pressure off him.
Bye. This is amazing, man. No man, me dog, yeah, man, and you disturb the people, you know. Um,
Oh,
yeah, man, like if you want to document people, like this is really interesting, you know what I mean? Because everything here is stats and facts, eh? So don't shoot the messenger. Yeah, that's all big answer, man. You know. I
man.
think we go. I think we go bang it out with that one then. You know.
I
Yeah.
thought this man, I thought this man tell me the meeting. So just to check, the bell no ring while we here talking.
Okay.
'Cause if the bell no ring tonight, bye. If the bell no ring tonight, what we doing?
You know. Yeah.
'Cause the premier don't care about no whatever season coming up. He don't tell you he gonna do what he gotta do. Um, the church is wrong to threaten the premier, but is by example. The man threatened the prime minister. If he could threaten the prime minister, he not listen. This is how come he doesn't really trouble people, you know. Because I always ask myself, well, bye. So if me could do somebody this year, somebody got the way to come and be able to do me back. That's how come he doesn't trouble people, eh? I let people trouble me first. And then as soon as you me like, okay, well, this is the game we playing, no problem. This is the rules. Yeah, but it is Thursday is the meeting of church going, you know. Everybody saying is up church going. You know why the bell can't ring Thursday? If the bell ring Thursday, the election won't be the 19th. The premier, I know. Listen, I know. I tell you that he don't care about the season coming up, but he ain't brave enough for the election on the same week as Christmas boy. Can't do that. And if he gonna get election the same week as Christmas, I need to get out of Nevis as quick as possible. No man be here for that again. Christmas election is not good, like for the society. Ain't good. Christmas just before sports, we could get behind that. We don't get in a kind of rivalry mode, you understand? Cause we can go back to school and all that kind of thing there. And
Yeah.
still at the same time, when the race done, we gonna be like, okay, all right, let me go like. But in don't give me nothing December, right before Christmas, the week before. I don't feel like them man brave enough to do that again. I don't feel like so. So, like when you get through something once, you got to like sometimes be like, "Bye, I get you. I don't got to bother this again. I get you." Leosha say, "Mark is a real Capricorn. He like you one way bad." All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
I,
man.
I, I put in hours. I hope you all appreciated the information, the discussion. Oh
Man
yeah, I
of
had a question
respect.
to ask
And
you know. Wait, I had a question to ask them. When we doing these when we having these discussions, do y'all prefer that we describe the situation, or I prefer like when the video when I be play the video so that I could hear where they are there. So if y'all don't mind us describing it, let us know. But if you prefer to see the video, just comment and let me know. Video or picture. You know what I'm saying? If you want anything live. Because really and truly, you got a lot of things going on we could discuss, but we dealing with what is in the public domain. As long as you reach in the public domain, we gonna be able to talk about it. You understand? We only I tell you, you know how long me been know about the peace program? Months me well want people start to talk about this. How do we nearly a year? So you want well you could definitely on the commentary, you know. But I'm saying if I really like prefer like that we guide the video so that you could visually see, we could be on that. Definitely. Yeah, but that was
for
my
sure.
little thing. Outside of that, good night, people. To everybody in America, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. You know, have a good meal on Thursday as y'all heading into the Christmas season. I see a lot of cold up there, except in Florida. Florida, they love the state. But outside of that, bless up everybody. You know, take care of yourself.
Yeah, man of respect. We out here without fear. And thanks for the real entertainment network for having us also. And Alan, yeah, we was here. And it's been the
Mm-hmm.
topics. So yeah.
Uh huh.
With you. Said you was my baby girl, then you left me too. Everything was kosher, perfect like a poster. Then I got word that you wanna leave a picture. Off with somebody else, off with the jerk. With the shame on me, I really thought that it could work. Off with somebody else, off with the loser. Shame on me, I really thought we had a. Lately I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red.